Tonight on News 5 Live, the People's Constitution Commission is in dire straits as the government-appointed working group has a difficult time paying its vendors. The United Nations General Assembly met earlier this week, and despite the back and forth between the Ministries of Foreign Affairs for Belize and Guatemala, the gap once again crosses over into Belizean territory. And the National High School debate will take you to the Belize Elementary School auditorium, where secondary school students from across the country tackle the issue of Belizeans and their constitutional rights. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
Prepárate para el verano más caluroso de la historia con Digi's Sizzling Summer Raffle. Este verano, Digi está regalando $35,000 en premios. Obtenga la oportunidad de ganar DigiCash y premios increíbles todos los días. Y eso no es todo. No hay uno, sino dos grandes premios. Clientes prepagos por cada $5 en uso principal obtiene una entrada en nuestra rifa diaria. Además, obtenga entradas para sorteos semanales y grandes premios comprando dispositivos promocionales, registrándose en DigiOne Bundle, DigiTV y más. Entonces, no pierdas la oportunidad de ganar a lo grande. Únase a Digi's Sizzling Summer Raffle. Visite www.livedigi.com/Sizzling Summer para obtener más información sobre cómo participar. Digi, nuestra telecomunicación nacional.
Watch The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings of the First Church of Our Lord Jesus Christ every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. exclusively on Channel 5 Belize. The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings every Sunday at 8 a.m. on Channel 5 Belize.
Having the case before the International Court of Justice is necessary but not sufficient for good relations between Belize and Guatemala. The Sarstoon River, which is a river that divides Belize from Guatemala in the south, continues to be a serious problem for us. For several years, we have been trying to have a protocol between Belize and Guatemala as to how things happen in that river. On the 10th of September, Guatemalan naval vessels came into Belizean maritime waters and interrupted Belizeans who were in that river. Belizeans had planted some flags on the Belizean side. Guatemalan military took it up, returned it to us. That is an unacceptable violation of our sovereignty. And the Organization of American States has tried very hard, very diligently to get Belize and Guatemala to have a written established protocol to avoid these incidents. So far we have not achieved it. I have said to the Secretary General, I have said to Foreign Minister Bucaro, when there is blood in the Sarstoon, it is going to be on the hands of Guatemala.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Friday, September 29th. I am Sabrina Daly. Over the last 6 months, the People's Constitution Commission has expended $463,000 of its $1,035,000 budget. That's according to PCC Chairman Anthony Chanona. But the Commission has been facing serious cash flow issues, and it's due to the red tapes in the Ministry of Public Services Smart Stream system. Chanona says that the Commission has been unable to pay its vendors on time. The irony of the situation is that the work of the People's Constitution Commission is being restrained by the very same time-consuming procedures in the public service that Belizeans have railed against for years. Chairman Chanona spoke with reporters in Belize City today about the financial challenge.
This has been a challenge. It has been a challenge, and commissioners have been patient with the process. But more importantly, there is a lot of frustrations within our creditors and our vendors. The government system of paying out bills, invoices, require a procedure and a process. It was very difficult for us to identify who would be our vendors, to have been able to get all of them in the system that they can get their payments out on time. That window of not having them in the system created a backlog that really and truthfully frustrated the process, slowed down the process. And fortunately, we were able to have some backdoor conversations that has addressed the need for the PCC to be able to manage a portion of its own funds to expedite these payments while we build the protocol and requirement of putting persons into the vendor system. As we get into public outreach, for example, we go to Boom on Sunday and we're now into the communities, the villages. The person bringing the panades or the tamales, you can't tell that person get in the vendor system. I mean, the reality of inflation and bread and butter issues instruct that you have some petty cash to pay these bills as they incur. The man coming to B&E today, we had an event with 90 workers. That bus man had to put fuel in his bus. I can't tell him for $275, wait until the vendor system spits out your money. And so we're now at the stage where these payments can be made and expedite, and we apologize to all the vendors who provided us with the service and has waited all this time to get their money. Our funds have not dried up. We have now gotten ahead of this backlog, and we'll be working all of next week. We started today to make good all the backlog of payments.
These delays are at the risk of the Commission being labeled Malpago Commission.
Puede ser también, pero no somos malpagos. Si estamos atrasados.
And it's not only the vendors who are feeling the pinch. According to Chairman Chanona, for the past 6 months, commissioners have been executing their tasks using their own funds. After spending hundreds of dollars out of pocket on fuel and other expenses, he says provisions are now being made for commissioners to receive their allowance.
The law makes provisions for allowances. We are going to be now addressing these back payments. Commissioners have been working, traveling since April without receiving a dollar. We have started this week to make those payments. The entire structure of public outreach is built on the backs of commissioners. And there are commissioners that have worked from July. I mean, putting in time in their zones and have not gotten a dollar. That is going to be regularized. And it speaks to the structure of the way governments work. And it's an opportune time of constitutional review to see how we could build in greater efficiencies for the people's money to be spent, not cavalier, but more expeditiously in all aspects of government business. The issue of accountability and transparency need not come at the expense of time. We can create not private sector efficiencies, but greater efficiencies in the way the public service pays the people's money.
This week, the Belize-Guatemala territorial dispute was raised 3 times during the 78th session of the General Assembly of the United Nations, in light of a recent encounter between a group of Belizeans and the Guatemalan armed forces on Sarstoon River. At the meeting on Saturday, Foreign Minister Eamon Courtney placed on record Belize's dissatisfaction with the continuous illegal incursions by Guatemalans on Belizean territory. This is in light of the September 10th encounter between a group of Belizeans and the Guatemalan armed forces on Sarstoon River. Guatemalan's foreign minister responded at the assembly, accusing Belize of provocation. Carlos Fuller, Belize's permanent secretary to the United Nations, later responded to the remarks made by Guatemala's foreign minister. And only today, Will Mejia, founder of the Belize Territorial Volunteers, reported yet another encounter with the Guatemalan armed forces on Sarstoon River. News 5's Paul Lopez reports.
On September 10th, the Belize Territorial Volunteers organized an excursion to Sarstoon Island for a flag-raising ceremony. The uninhabited island is at the center of a territorial dispute between Belize and Guatemala, and, as we reported, the tour was met with aggression from Guatemala's armed forces. 3 Belizean flags were removed from the island by the Guatemalan soldiers.
Guatemalans, they have removed 3 of our flags. We are waiting for them to come for this one. They'll have to remove 3 of us.
The Belize-Guatemala territorial dispute took center stage during the general debate at the 78th session of the General Assembly of the United Nations. On Saturday, Foreign Minister Eamon Courtney addressed the general debate and highlighted the continued illegal incursions by Guatemalans on Belizean territory.
As Belize and Guatemala continue to pursue the peaceful, just and final resolution of Guatemala's claim to Belizean territory before the International Court of Justice, illegal incursions by Guatemalans continue. Recently, Guatemalan military forces illegally entered Belizean waters and unlawfully removed Belizean flags placed on Belizean soil. Deforestation, cattle ranching, and cultivation of illegal drugs by Guatemalans continue in remote and protected areas of Belize. These activities are contrary to international law and good neighborliness.
Mario Busano, Guatemala's foreign minister, exercised the first right of reply to respond to Foreign Minister Courtney on the matter. He asserted that Guatemala has been the victim of radical social independentist Belizean groups.
Guatemala has systematically been the victim of radical, social, independentist Belizean groups, who year upon year attempt to provoke instability in the Sarstoon River zone, thus violating the territorial integrity and sovereignty of our country. Throughout our history, we have borne witness to the deaths of fellow Guatemalans who have perished at the hands of Belizean armed forces, but there has never been an issue despite the systematic provocations of these groups who claim that Guatemalan soldiers have violated the human rights of their Belizean brothers or disrupted peace.
Today, the founder of Belize Territorial Volunteers, Will Mejia, was back out on the river. Videos from the patrol shows Mahia engaged in a verbal exchange with members of the Guatemalan Armed Forces over whose territory they were in.
Tú estás en territorio Belice.
No, si ustedes quieren entrar a territorio guatemalteco, vayan a la capitanía. Presentes y cumplen con los procedimientos establecidos por Guatemala. Mientras tanto, no pueden estar aquí en Guatemala.
Este es territorio Belice.
Territorio beliceño. No hablen hablando de babosadas que no es. Cumplan con la ley guatemalteca.
Cumple con la ley de Belice.
La capitanía más cercana de Guatemala y cumplan con los procedimientos establecidos. Mientras tanto, tienen que retirarse de Guatemala.
Tú no puedes estar en Belice con armas.
No estamos en Belice.
It is worth noting that while the debate rages on global stages, the Sarstoon forward operating base is still without permanent presence from the Belize Defense Force. On the other hand, Guatemala's armed forces appears to maintain a permanent presence on the river. On Tuesday, Carlos Fuller, Belize's permanent representative to the United Nations, exercised Belize's right of reply at the UN's General Assembly to respond to the accusations levied by Guatemala's Foreign Minister, Bosano.
The assertion made in the Guatemalan statement regarding deaths of Guatemalan at the hands of Belize's armed forces is completely baseless and false. The truth is, as confirmed by OAS verification reports, that Guatemalans on a daily basis encroach on Belizean territory, deforesting our protected areas, cultivating illegal drugs, poaching endangered species, and looting Mayan artifacts. These activities are contrary to international law and good neighborliness. Belize repeats its call for Guatemala and Belize, under the aegis of the Organization of American States, to urgently engage in constructive discussions to agree a protocol to promote confidence and good neighborly relations in the Sarstoon River area.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Coming up, Berry Street fire leaves family of 4 homeless. We'll have more details when we come back.
Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. In October of 1968, with a wail of sirens from police cars and with dark almost settling in on the Mexico City Olympic Stadium, a lone runner wearing the colors of Tanzania staggered into the stadium. His name was John Stephen Akwari. He was the last contestant to finish the 26-mile, 385-yard contest. His leg had been injured in a fall and was blooded and crudely bandaged. He hobbled a final lap around the track as the spectators stood and applauded him as though he were the winner. After he had crossed the finish line, someone asked him why he had not quit. He replied simply, "My country did not send me 7,000 miles to start the race. They sent me 7,000 miles to finish the race." As I get older, I become more keenly aware of the fact that it is not only important to begin the race right, but to end the race right. Not only heroes receive medals, yet God promises a crown of righteousness for those who finish life's race faithfully. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
Since 1963, the Development Finance Corporation has been there for Belize, strengthening and growing our nation's economy. We have planted ourselves as your financial institution in education, home mortgage, sustainable energy, and business investment for yesterday, today, and in the future. In 2023, we celebrate 60 years of championing Belize's development and transformation. We extend a heartfelt thank you to you, our customers, our partners, for remaining with us through it all, with one vision of empowering lives. Today, we stand proud, serving all Belizean communities with DFC branches countrywide. DFC, changing communities, impacting lives, embracing success. DFC at 60.
Nestled away in the quaint Belize River Valley, Black Orchid's Panda River restaurant offers a variety of great dining areas and experiences with an excellent variety of local and international cuisine, with healthy meal options for vegans and those with health concerns. Your delectable dining can be topped off with our excellent desserts, natural fruit juices, and exquisite wine and drink options. All prepared by our certified chef and award-winning mixologist. Come to Panda River Restaurant and River Rum Bar to relax in the pool or use our excellent conference facilities combined with great dining.
A diamond in the jungle.
A family of 4 is tonight without a roof over its head after the place called home was gutted by fire this morning. The fire began just before 6 a.m. and quickly spread through the 2-bedroom wooden structure belonging to Kareem York. Inside at the time of the blaze was York's brother, his girlfriend, and his 8-year-old son, who luckily escaped unscathed. Everything, however, was destroyed. Now the family is in need of assistance to recover. News 5's Dwayne Moody reports.
The charred remains of the wooden beams here on Berry Street are what were left behind following a house fire this morning. It was a 2-bedroom wooden structure and once home to Kareem York, his girlfriend Carolyn Burke, his son, and his brother. Just before 6 a.m., a fire broke inside the brothers' room and quickly spread to destroy the entire home. Burke says that she was asleep when the screams from her neighbor woke her up.
Normally, every morning I get up 4:30 to prepare meals for him to take to work, right? And he usually left out after 5. But I don't usually go back to sleep. I usually stay up. But what happened this morning, I just kind of feel tired, do as a routine what I usually do. And I said, I can take one lay down, and I saw her fall into sleep. What wake me now that a neighbor, well inside away, they holler, she made a holler. And then when I jump up, because smoke me done there in the house already, and for his son at the time, they sleep side of me, and I like to tell her, I just wake up, and I wake for his son, and I saw we hurry come out. But when we come out, because for him brother live there too, right? For him brother room, me done there and the fire already. So I couldn't tell me save nothing.
York, a security guard, had only just arrived at his workstation when he got the dreaded call that the house was on fire. By the time he got back to the area, everything had already been destroyed and nothing was saved.
I already just reached work, them settling good. And that because my sister, she called me off of my sister phone to explain to me the situation. Now by the time I reach, I kind of had to catch one bus car off of the road, and by the time I reach because everything done, burn away, and then gone. You lose everything.
I like to remember when I get up and I wake up for his son, and when I run out, because for him brother room not the one and the fire. My room never under, nor the hall, nor the kitchen, just smoke. So I like to remember.
So, I guess in your estimation, it started in their brother-in-law's room.
Mm-hmm.
What do you believe happened?
Really and truly, only my brother could tell her, because then only he know what he made it do, or what he caused to make that happen. Only he call. I don't know if it's honestly, I don't know if it's only he could explain that there. I know if it's
Have you been able to talk to him? Because the thing is that it's not only you guys that lost your home, he lost his home as well, right?
Yeah, it's true. But to be honest, the radio I come and I never had the time to talk. To be honest, my brother catching on one of these small things. But that's as far as it went. I don't know if it's they call water sudden shocking like that one problem, or they like the same thing.
York says that they had been living there for the past 12 years and would appreciate any assistance to rebuild what has been lost.
My sister, my female, and they do the lead thing and try to reach out to get at least support. in any way we could, you know.
If anybody would want to, how can they?
Well, like a contact my number or my sister number. My number is 630-8427. I have 622-8118.
The value of the house is unknown and it was uninsured. Dwayne Moody for News 5.
This afternoon, the National Fire Service confirmed that the fire was due to an illegal electrical wiring. It is something that the department has been working with Belize Electricity Limited to address and has been part of the fire safety campaign. Station Officer Kenneth Mortiz gave an interview to the media on the response by firefighters to contain the blaze to only one structure.
On our arrival, we observed a wooden structure fully engulfed in flames. Firefighting operations commenced and we brought the fire under control before total extinguishment, thus confining the fiasco to one structure. We started our investigation, which we learned that a wooden 16 by 32 structure that housed 4 family members was total. These 4 people were displaced as a result of the fire, and the investigation reveals that the cause of this fire was as a result of illegal wiring or illegal connection, so to speak. This morning's event was an unfortunate one whereby we see the recurrent cause for these illegal connections leading to a situation such as a fire, which we all know what we enjoy today, we will not always enjoy tomorrow. Unfortunately, this is the case for this family. It is part of our statistics that we have always had concerns and have pointed out with the BL team. Unfortunately, this is something that needs to be looked at more in depth in terms of, in my view, community aspect, to see what is in place for these families that either one cannot afford to legally electrify their houses, or what can be done legally if needs be to these people who continuously put not only themselves but an entire neighborhood at risk. This morning we were fortunate that the fire was confined to one structure. Looking at the close proximity of the other buildings within the area, I believe our effectiveness in firefighting was successful due to the fact that the early morning showers had just recently subsided. Therefore, the brunt of the morning rays hadn't really settled in as yet, and the day was a relatively calm morning. You know, we had a full complement of about 7 firefighters with 2 trucks on board. They did a wonderful job this morning. I must commend them. We had the standby firefighters who also played a role in trying to contain this fire. Those neighbors, those neighborhood boys in the scene that assisted us in whatever way they did. I recognize you guys as well.
The People's Constitution Commission, in collaboration with the Belize High School, held its first national high school debate today in Belize City. The question that was put forward for debate was, are our fundamental rights and freedoms listed in Part 2 of the Constitution enough? The event saw the participation of 10 students from 8 high schools. Here's more from the debate.
What evidence do you have that all Belizeans agree with the rights?
When the chairman was named, I had an inside track into being able to say, let's do something with a secondary school opportunity. And we started speaking with Commissioner Christopher DeShiel, and the idea of the national debate was flushed out and the details came together. And we're here today listening to 10 students debating on the Constitution.
My team was striving for education, poverty, and the lack of health care in Belize. Those are the points they were using. We made sure to focus it all on that, and if somebody was doing something else, we would all bring it back to at least one of those points.
How challenging do you think the Constitution is to understand for young people?
For me, it was it was very challenging because it uses a lot of lawyer talk, I feel. Like there's very big words, like I had to Google a lot of words. But with the help of your teacher or somebody, it's really easy, but they should maybe like lessen the use of bigger words or make a version that younger people can understand.
I was first of all very encouraged that young people in a society or in an environment of social media to have taken the time to undertake this exercise, which meant doing some research. And it also highlighted to me the importance for young people to be aware of their constitution.
In tandem with today's national high school debate, the PCC launched its national online survey. The commission hopes to reach a total of 400,000 Belizeans through the online survey. The responses will play an important role in the PCC's recommendation to the government of Belize. Chairman Chinona told us more.
The survey is designed also to reach all the way into the diaspora. So it's an important exercise. It was important that we use this backdrop of constitutional awareness. And so we're hoping to target 400,000 Belizeans and those in the diaspora, and for them to participate and respond to the survey.
I believe there's only about 7 months left until the report is supposed to come out, April 2024 if I'm not mistaken. Some commissioners have expressed that they don't feel like you'll be able to meet that timeline because of all these obstacles you have to overcome.
That's a fair statement. That's a very fair statement. The commission in its plenary session on October 4th will discuss it. The backlogs and the delays have come at a cost of time. And therefore, I have come to resolve myself to this position. Constitutional reviews cannot be politically expedited. They are processes that take time to manage, and if we need to have an additional extension of time, we are going to ask for it.
After the break, Ministry of Public Utilities and Logistics holds Maritime Educational Expo 2023. We'll tell you about that, but first, here's the weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
Quality Chicken Express invites you to come celebrate the grand opening of our restaurant at number 3 North Front Street this September 30th from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. We've worked hard to create a place where coworkers, family, and friends can come and enjoy a great dining experience with that signature quality taste we've become known for. Come and celebrate with us the inauguration of our drive-thru expressway. There will be music provided by Youth Connection Band and entertainment for the entire family, including bouncy house, raffles on the hour, every hour. Free food for purchases made at Quality Poultry Products and Chicken Express. See you there.
Having the case before the International Court of Justice is necessary but not sufficient for good relations between Belize and Guatemala. The Sarstoon River, which is a river that divides Belize from Guatemala in the south, continues to be a serious problem for us. For several years, we have been trying to have a protocol between Belize and Guatemala as to how things happen in that river. On the 10th of September, Guatemalan naval vessels came into Belizean maritime waters and interrupted Belizeans who were in that river. The Belizeans had planted some flags on the Belizean side. Guatemalan military took it up returned it to us. That is an unacceptable violation of our sovereignty. And the Organization of American States has tried very hard, very diligently to get Belize and Guatemala to have a written, established protocol to avoid these incidents. So far, we have not achieved it. I have said to the Secretary General, I have said to Foreign Minister Bukaro, when there is blood in the Sarstoon, it is going to be on the hands of Guatemala.
Homeowners, immerse yourselves in elegance. Surround yourself with the beauty of one-of-a-kind, quality wood furniture. This is what America's elegant furniture and appliances has to offer. Trendy, affordable, and exceptional centerpieces, large mirrors, vanities, plush sofa sets, coffee tables, office furniture, exquisite mahogany bedroom sets, home decor, mattresses, and so much more. Shop our new reduced prices store-wide and get huge discounts daily. Our layaway and payment plans offer the lowest interest rates guaranteed. Our extensive catalog meets everyone's furniture needs, and if you can't find what you're looking for, then we'll custom make it for you. Shop at America's and save. America's, making your household dreams affordable.
Number one caller. Number one caller. Hey, number one caller. You know why? Listen, hey, for the best post and prepaid. You know that smart got you back. For the best service coverage. All we know that smart got you back. Travel and connect everywhere. You know that smart got you back. Smart record that'll go a long, long way. All we know that smart got you back. Do ya, babe? Let's go. Every caller is the number one caller with smart, bringing people together.
The compound at the Belize Port Authority was busy with activity today. It was the venue for the Maritime Education Expo 2023, which featured a number of maritime-related organizations and agencies. It coincided with World Maritime Day. The maritime industry is significant because it moves 80% of the world trade. So today, the Ministry of Logistics invited students from a number of high schools to attend the event to learn about the different stakeholders in the maritime industry and to highlight their roles. News 5's stopped by for a peek at the event, and Marian Ali filed this report.
Maritime-related issues is not a topic that makes the news daily, but it is an important sector since the industry is responsible for the movement of 80% of all the world's trade. To get the industry operating methodically, there has to be a number of agencies working in unison, such as the Belize Port Authority, the Belize Coast Guard, the Immigration and Customs Departments. Immigration Officer Eldon August explained how the various agencies correlate when ships dock in our harbor.
Whenever any vessel enter Belize, we have a boarding party that consists of Immigration, Port Authority, Baja, Custom, and Health. Each department has their role to play when it comes to entering a vessel in Belize. The master of the vessel, they are supposed to provide for immigration purposes. We need the certificate from the vessel. We need the passenger list, we need the crew list, we need a nil list. A nil list is a document that states that there are no stowaways, no animals, no ammunition.
Leonard Lockwood is the shipping manager for BEC Logistics Company, which handles the shipment of goods in and out of Belize.
A lot of the farmers who have produce to move into CARICOM markets or into North America, Europe, other destinations, we can do it for them. And for those importers who want to bring product to market into Belize, we also offer that service. Goods are coming in from Europe, Asia, North America, Inter-Caribbean, South America. We can help facilitate that business.
For the International Merchant Marine Registry of Belize, IMARBE, which regulates registration of ships under the Belizean flag, its work caters to the international shipping community, as the Senior Deputy Registrar of Ships, Annette Garrell, enlightened.
It is the International Ship Register empowered to register vessels on behalf of the country of Belize internationally. We are an open ship register, which means that 95% of our ships are owned by international companies or individuals. Very few of them are locally owned.
Tied to maritime affairs is the 50th anniversary of the International Convention for the Prevention of Pollution from Ships, MARPOL. This is the main international convention covering prevention of pollution of the marine environment by ships from operational or accidental causes. Minister of Logistics, Michelle Shabat, says the MARPOL Convention governs the way the industry protects the seas that facilitate this important method of trade.
Really governed by the MARPOL Convention, which really directs about ways how you're going to dispose of the fuel you use on the ship, the air pollution, the garbage you generate. And so the MARPOL Convention really governs how that's happened. In Belize, we have the Department of the Environment, which is really in charge of making sure that the stipulations of the convention are enforced. We also have the Coastal Management Zone. We also have the Belize Port Authority. So you have a number of government agencies across the board who are looking to enforce these provisions.
Today's event also coincided with World Maritime Day. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.
The energy policy that is still being drafted will govern Belize's plan on how it will use and manage electricity into the future. It should seek to explain how the country will be self-sufficient in addressing energy demands in the event that its main supplier in Mexico cannot continue to provide Belize with power. To that end, the government has been working on a number of alternative energy projects, including solar power. Today, Minister of Energy Michelle Shabat explained that the important policy will be made public in November.
The energy policy is a crucial policy because it sets the direction in which the government wants to go over the next 2 years. And so it highlights a lot of important areas, and I can tell you it's going to be addressing things from solar energy to the hydro, to energy efficiency and so on. And so it is rather an important document. The whole idea about introducing solar energy into the energy mix is the expectation that at some future date, some near future date, we're going to see a lowering of our electricity rates. And so that will all contribute to it. Well, let me tell you, importantly, what it does is it reduces our dependency on petroleum, which is extremely expensive.
The Rural Electrification Project, funded by the European Union to the tune of €4 million, will include a number of rural communities that are still off to the national grid. Today, Minister of Energy Michelle Shabat told the media that very shortly a microgrid will be inaugurated and will, for the first time in Belize, be providing 400 families with electricity.
About 27 villages across the country who don't have access to electricity. And so the Belize Rural Electrification Project is aimed at correcting that. We have a microgrid that we're going to be inaugurating on the 12th of October in the village of Indian Creek. And that is going to be serving 400 families between Indian Creek, Golden Stream, and Medina Bank. We're also looking at implementing and installing microgrids in the village of San Benito Poite, Halacte, San Carlos, Indian Church, and so on. And so the aim is to try to bring electricity to all of our citizens.
With the campaign season fast approaching, leading up to the municipal elections, it is not unusual for party supporters whose candidates of choice fall short of making the slate vent their anger on a social media platform. Such has reportedly been the case in Cayo North, where Minister of Energy and Logistics Michelle Shabat is the area representative. He has been accused of circumventing the PUP's process of selecting candidates for the municipal elections. And today, when he was asked about it, he denied it.
That is not true. Our party has a process. We have a vetting committee that vetted all of the applications, and it is really a party decision who will run and represent the party. I had absolutely nothing to do with it. I do not sit in the vetting committee, and neither am I a part of the national executive that determines who our candidates are. So your critics are wrong.
When we return, streets and drains in Lakei are finally being addressed.
We all have dreams that we are chasing, goals we're striving for, and loved ones we want to provide for. There is one thing that can provide you with a sense of security and empowerment. That is planning for the future and starting to save. Just as a tree starts as a seed and grows with time, your savings will grow. It's never too early or too late to take that crucial step towards securing your future. Saving is not just about putting money aside. It's a promise to yourself and your loved ones that you are taking control of your destiny. It all begins with a plan and the commitment to save, no matter how big or how small. Educate yourself about different savings options to help you achieve your plans. Remember, no matter where you are on your journey, the key is to start. Every step you take towards planning and saving is a step towards empowerment and peace of mind. Talk to your loved ones about your goals and dreams. Create a roadmap for a brighter future. That tree you planted now provides shade and shelter for your dreams. Embrace the power of planning for your future and starting to save. Your dreams are waiting, and your journey to a brighter tomorrow begins today. Plan today, save for tomorrow.
A message from the Central Bank of Belize. For more information, visit our website at centralbank.org.bz.
Yo, my Belize family, walk, go on, listen, guess who's back? Me, soon forward again, that's right, I'll be back performing live on Saturday, the 30th of September, so make sure you're there, get your ticket them, don't miss out, because every time I come to Belize, I shell down, so don't miss out, this is your warning. Me I tell you now, so me I come Belize again, for the third time, yeah!
In the fire figure coming to show, I want you.
Number one caller. Number one caller. Hey, number one caller. You know why? Listen, hey, for the best post and prepaid. You know that smart got you back. For the best service coverage. All we know that smart got you back. Travel and connect everywhere. You know that smart got you back. Smart record that'll go a long, long way. All we know that smart got you back. Yeah, Ben. Let's go. Every caller is the number one caller with smart, bringing people together.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benqueviejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway from Roaring Creek to Esperanza has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
Ongoing municipal works in Belize City have seen several streets being resurfaced, including the Lake Independence constituency. For the past few weeks, there has been steady works in Lake Eye to improve the condition of streets and drains in that community. According to Area Representative Cordell Hyde, the facelift for Lake Eye has been long in the making.
It's been a long time coming, really. We've really suffered. We live in this constituency. You know how hard it's been for us. We've been in opposition for 13 years, and even though there was a break in between, we've been deprived. We've been left behind in this constituency, and now we're finally getting what is due us. We're working really, really hard there, trying to provide what our people need. It's not happening as fast as I would want to happen, because I want to get things done pretty quickly, but it's happening at pace, and I think that people welcome that, and people are hopeful about the future and hopeful about how much more transformation we can have. It's exciting. Just a couple months ago, we acquired and surveyed and distributed land papers, titles to, I think, 240 families in the Gonglong area who had been squatting on these lands for over 15 years. That was a really, really wonderful experience, because now that these people have their land, and we've gotten rid of the land bridges, we are able to put in the water. Water is being installed right now, so these persons no longer have to back water from blocks away or get water that's not safe. We are getting electricity, so now we have street lights. The place is better illuminated rather than, and more safe.
Health and Wellness Week concluded today in Belmopan with a socathon, where participants danced, ran, and walked the ring road in the nation's capital. But the activities began with Mental Health Monday, and each day was set aside to focus on a particular area. The theme for this year was Your Health is My Health, and is being done in collaboration with PAHO, UNICEF, INCAP, as well as public and private stakeholders. Today, News 5 spoke with the Ministry of Health and Wellness Technical Advisor Katlina Sueta-Cho about the regional event.
It's being celebrated in both the Caribbean and Central America. It has been ongoing for a couple of years now. Since 2009, it started as Caribbean Wellness Day. And now, because of the big importance that we are placing on healthy living, we're now devoting an entire week to bring awareness on the importance of leading a healthy lifestyle. And really, it's to help in the fight against non-communicable diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, cancers, chronic kidney diseases. So it's really to help mobilize our partners, public, private entities, to come on board and join in the fight against NCDs. This year, our week of calendar activities highlight an important component of wellness. So on Monday, we had Mental Health Monday. Tuesday was Nutrition Tuesday, Oral Health Wednesday. We had Prevention and Detection Thursday. And today, our last day, is Let's Get Physical, let's get moving. There are no buts. It's really well received. People come out, and because it's in the month of September and we're still in that celebratory mood of our, independence, we decided to bring that soca music and get people moving, dancing, walking. It's not something to compete. We are just here to make physical activity fun. Bring your family, your friends, and it's a message too that we can start just taking small steps toward being healthier. Make healthier choices, drink water, get up from your office desk and move park a little bit distant from your office and walk, so you could get those steps in.
And while a week has been set aside to highlight the importance of healthy living and making healthier behavior changes, technical advisor Kathleen Ezueta-Cha says that it is something that should be practiced year-round. She says that focusing on your mental health, among other basic activities, can impact your lifestyle.
It's bringing, care and attention in the workplace settings, in schools, and in communities. So we're working across various target groups, and we're bringing importance on staying healthy. For example, avoiding sugar-sweetened beverages, the importance of drinking water. We have Beat the Heat, avoid sugar juices, and we promote the drinking of water. We want wellness to be something that we practice all year around, and focus on the importance of your mental health as well. Taking breaks. If you find that you're feeling a little bit stressed out, there needs to be balance between work life, and the demands that we face in different settings. And so we need to make that part of every day of our life. It's a lifestyle, and behavior change toward positive, healthier choices does take time, but it's not difficult. It's a matter of being advocates, us in the workplace, us at home, at school, or wherever we are. We could be those who are pushing, let's make a little wellness place here. It doesn't have to be anything fancy that will be so costly. We just take a couple of minutes to relax, or even taking a walk outside, getting fresh air. Those are all things that we can advocate for wherever we are. And it doesn't matter if you're the only person doing it. We just have to remain consistent to make this part of our lifestyle.
A Belizean woman who grew up in Hopkins Village and made the news earlier this year when she won the Business Journal CFO of the Year award in San Diego has looked back on the community where she grew up in Belize. Bernadette Griggs handed over 30 tablets to Holy Family School in Hopkins Village earlier this week. Griggs, who is the chief financial officer of the Jewish Family Service, a nonprofit charity, says the donation comprises tablets as well as laptops.
Prize of 30 tablets, and there were additional tablets that were a total of 35, but there are other 5 that are going to different area. And then there were total of 3 laptops from kindergarten up, because it's important for all levels to really get familiar with technology. The principal has come up with a plan for distribution. The most recent distribution were 10 tablets given to the students in the various grades. There was a student that received a laptop. He is already in high school, but these were students that did very well in last year's last school year. I was raised in this village, graduated from that school, and went to Ecumenical High School from there. And, we took the time to reward those students who have done very well. And I did have a conversation with the principal. With that process, we know that there are some students who are not excelling because of the fact that they may need technology. They may need the tools that they do not have. So in that conversation, the principal and I have agreed to issue some tablets for those students who are not excelling as well, to get them to where they need to go. So those are students that I know are going to continue to be left behind if we do not support them with the technology need.
Belize's under-23 men's volleyball team is competing for silver medal on Saturday at the Central American Championship in Panama. Team Belize has won 3 of its last 5 games, which put them in a position for second place. But the silver medal is still up for grabs, and our national team must maintain its composure and beat Nicaragua in the final match. We spoke with assistant coaches Barton Codd and Elton Anderson.
Right now, a lot of the teams have the same ratio in terms of wins-loss, and so it's critically important to win in 3 and win as quick as possible. Our game on Saturday tomorrow is going to be for second place. We just need to win because there was an upset yesterday with Nicaragua and Panama, where Panama defeated Nicaragua in 5. So that put us in a better position to be able to just win and walk away from this tournament with a second place. Worst case scenario, we lose in 5, we get bronze. But we're going for the silver tomorrow. Right now, all the teams, well, most of the teams, I think 3, if it's Nicaragua, Belize, and Salvador and Costa Rica, have the same amount of wins and loss. So it's important that we just play our hearts out tomorrow against Nicaragua.
The first place is a bit out of reach because Guatemala has already won 4 games, but like you rightfully said, the second all the way down to the 4th or the 5th place team, we're all in the same bubble. So like Brighton rightfully said, it's very necessary that we just win tomorrow. Right now we control our own destiny with the past 2 wins over Panama and Honduras, where we won convincingly in 3 sets and garnered all maximum points now. So we control our destiny tomorrow by just winning outright and get second, losing in 5, get third. No, so the podium is right there for us.
Up next in this week's episode of The Bright Side, from courtship to craftsmanship, KD's Upholstery.
Every year, World Environment Day is celebrated on June 5, and the Department of the Environment, within the Ministry of Sustainable Development, Climate Change and Disaster Risk Management, joins the nation of Belize and other United Nations member countries in worldwide awareness and action to protect our environment, with this year's theme being to beat plastic pollution. We have seen the effects of climate change, now exacerbated by the effects of plastic pollution, primarily from single-use plastics. The Ministry, through the auspices of the Department of the Environment, has enacted the pollution from plastics regulation in 2020, noting that single-use plastics is of high environmental concern. This regulation sought to curb the environmental impacts associated with single-use plastics and to better promote green alternatives, which resulted in the development of national standards for biodegradable products.
The government of Belize, through the Department of Environment, has been controlling and enforcing these regulations to ensure that we protect Belize from the threats of plastic pollution. In so doing, nationwide market surveillance and product sampling has been conducted, resulting in enforcement actions which includes sale prohibition and confiscation of single-use plastics and styrofoam. The detrimental environmental impacts of single-use plastics are everyone's concern. The government calls upon all businesses, industries, civil societies, NGOs, and you, the citizens of Belize, to have civic pride and to help in the fight against plastic pollution and to further contribute to the national efforts in transitioning to a circular economy. Together, we can beat plastic pollution. Happy World Environment Day.
My Social Security is your secure online account to manage all your social security information. My Social Security launched in March 2021 with registration service to apply online for new or replacement social security cards. Upgrades to My Social Security continues with a new look, enhanced customer experience, and its newest feature, sickness benefit online application. With My Social Security, you can create your account, log in, and take control of your Social Security information. This includes applying for a new or replacement Social Security card for yourself, child, or dependent. Make appointments online and submit your complete sickness benefit claim package. Our customer care team is here to provide you, our valued customers, with real-time support. Connect with one of our customer care agents through direct messages on WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, or live chat, or follow our YouTube channel for more information. Social Security at your fingertips. My Social Security.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marion Alley, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 police teams do whatever it takes, go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 believes on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because news is now everywhere, all the time, and so are we.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
Love has a remarkable way of shaping our destinies. And for this man, it all began with a simple act of courtship. Today, we bring you the heartwarming story of how Derek Oliveira's romantic journey led to the creation of KD's Upholstery, a thriving business built on hard work and shared dreams. The owner of KD's Upholstery takes us back to where it all began, where love and furniture making meet. In this week's Look on the Bright Side. Love has a funny way of changing our lives. And for Derek Oliveira, the journey to discovering his true passion began with the simple act of courting his wife, Kira. What began as a romantic gesture eventually blossomed into KD's Upholstery, a thriving business that now stands as a testament to hard work, determination, and a shared dream. Derek Oliveira, the owner of KD's Upholstery, recalls the beginning of his journey.
She was working at Carter's Upholstery on secretariat terms, and I always come on work, take her to work, was girlfriend at the time, introducing myself, walking her to work. So gradually we started dating and thing, and it worked out that I did every day to talk to her, meeting her, everything. And I said, well, while there, not interrupt her with her work, I go to the back, go hang out to the boys then.
Derek learned the skill of furniture making from seasoned craftsmen at Carter's Custom Upholstery. But soon enough, he realized that this was a venture he had come to love.
You got tailors, you got builders, and you got shooters. Tailors then cut it up, sew it up, prepare it, cut the material. Then you got the shooters. The shooters come now with a competition where we end up there shoot against each other, meaning to say, you have one sofa, I have one sofa, who could done it the fastest? Yeah, when I gradually started to do it, I realized this is something I could do, and I could hold on to it as a long term, longevity. So I decided my mind to go and start investing in myself, as in getting a machine, getting stuff, getting your fit. Basically, if you don't have a machine, you don't have a compressor, things like that, you can't move forward.
He recounts challenging himself to make a sofa on his own for the first time. The proceeds from this venture would be his ticket to kickstart his business. Derek attributes the origins of Katie's to a kind stranger who saw his passion and determination. She took a chance on him, and his business took off.
She believed in me. I was just working, knowing how to do it, but doing it personally on your own is different than you're not the boss. You're just a workman working and doing this. And now she have confidence in me when she asked me, what you want to do if you want to do this for yourself? He said, I can do this. And said, okay, I will give you your first job. And she gave me a first sectional to do. So when she gave me that opportunity, for me, it just opened my doors. I went buy my sewing machine, and from there, that's a sentimental machine for me because of her. She gave me that first job, and I just bloomed from there. Bought everything, sewing machine, I get the compressor, then I get my gun, started buying my stuff, and then from there, people started to recognize that, you know, I could give this young man an opportunity.
According to Oliveira, purchasing your couch from an upholstery shop has some advantages. Besides helping out local businesses, you're likely to get something that will stand the test of time.
If you're buying from any upholstery business, you're giving back to us, giving back to the local, giving back to the society. Because we do purchase our stuff from local store as well. We go to Mercados and buy our material. We go to the lumber yard and buy our lumber. We go to Habit and buy nails, fasteners, clips. So it's like you're helping a hand to help a hand. When you're buying from a upholstery shop, you should be the benefit of the doubt of having something for at least 5 to 6 years.
That will last.
That will last and outstand the compact wood that is you're getting now. Because all the material is coming is compact wood. In Belize, we use solid wood, solid frame.
And it's not just living room sets that KD's upholstery handles. Oliver also has a knack for reviving car seats, like the one we found him working on.
This is a truck seat, overall a Freightliner. So most of the Freightliner truck seat and damaged, so with it right there, all the sponge, everything deteriorated. So when they bring the frame, sometimes it's just the frame. So I got to cut out the sponge, cut out everything, and design something for the top and slip it over.
If you ask Derek, he'd tell you that he's happiest when facing the challenge of crafting sofas from scratch, whether it's his own idea or something his clients dream up. These are the jobs that let creativity soar, because there's no set plan to stick to.
There's no blueprint to sofa. There's none. Anybody could say they have a blueprint to it. It's not. You could design and say, okay, that, but every time things change. The mats change, the dimension change, so there's never an official blueprint. Sewing is driving. If you can't drive properly decent, you can't sew. Curve, you take the curve, you want to stop at the lane and turn. Start all over, drive to the end of the lane, stop, brakes. Gas, brakes. Indicator, turn your lane and drive up the street.
Oliveira has a vision for his business to be a convenient place where you can buy his ready-made sofas or turn your own ideas into reality. We also had the opportunity to talk to the woman who kick-started it all, the muse who helped Oliveira achieve his dream, his wife, Kira Oliveira, to hear her thoughts on her husband's inspiring journey.
Knowing that I started it, start working at Carter's before him, and he became loving the process and feeling happy, and now that he's here, I'm very proud of him that he reached so far, and with a supportive wife as I am, we'll reach the star no matter what.
It's a journey and it's an improvement in life, showing you that anything is possible. Anything is possible. Life through curveball, life through everything, but anything is possible. If you want it, you can push and accomplish it.
So, Derek, how did you do?
Looking good so far.
All right. Looking on the bright side, I'm Sabrina Daly. And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, have a happy and safe weekend. Good night.